When you're reviewing a Phase 1 environmental site assessment, you're probably looking for what we call recognized environmental conditions, or RECs or RECs, the big red flags. But what if that report talks about business environmental conditions, or BECs? Why would it sometimes flag an issue as a BEC instead of an REC? Let's break it down. When we're talking about an REC, a recognized environmental condition, it means there's known or likely contamination, something that could require further investigation, cleanup, or even be cause for legal action. But a BEC might not be a contamination problem today, yet still impact a deal. Here are some of the reasons why a consultant might choose to classify something as a BEC instead of an REC. Number one, the situation might not meet the strict definition of an REC. If there's no confirmed contamination, but something still raises a concern, it might be flagged as a BEC instead. As an example, if a building has asbestos in its materials, but it doesn't pose a current risk, it isn't an REC, but it still is something that a buyer should know about. Number two, it might be a BEC if there's no evidence of a release, just a potential concern. Here, it might be if a property had a historical high-risk use, like it was a dry cleaner or a gas station. But if there's no proof of contamination, it might be listed as a BEC instead of an REC. Third, a property might have a business or regulatory risk, but it might not be an immediate environmental hazard. So here, it could be that there was a past spill that got cleaned up and the property was given a no further action letter. But that doesn't mean future buyers or lenders would see this as being risk-free. So it still is a concern. And number four, a consultant might want to give enough information to inform the buyer of a potential problem, but doesn't want to trigger a Phase 2. So labeling something as an REC usually means a buyer will want to test soil or groundwater. And if a consultant believes contamination is really unlikely, they might classify it as a BEC so that they're honest about it and they flag it, but they don't scare somebody into wanting further testing. So ultimately, what's the bottom line? A business environmental condition might not legally require action today. It might not be as big a red flag as an REC, but it doesn't mean it won't affect the investment. So if you see a BEC in a Phase 1, just ask if this is going to impact financing, renovations, resale, or liability. And if the answer is yes, be sure to dig deeper before closing the deal. And if you want more insights on protecting yourself from environmental risks, stick around for our next video.